It has been a while since I've had to really think, oh wow, this episode got dark real fast. And I don't know what to think, because this episode has a few funny moments that, I mean, are unironically funny, some very serious moments, and then some what the fuck are you doing moments. Which I think at the end of the episode, for those who have seen it, I'm kind of questioning my sanity at this point. But then again, that's Konosuba's best trait. Question your damn sanity. But not the point. The episode clearly starts with the group about to go into the battlefield. And then you get hit with, yeah, I wasn't surprised. Kazuma dying. Sounds about right. But the thing is, Kazuma is good against low-level creatures for sure. He's definitely on point, as shown before being beaten to death by a bunch of these fuckers. Which, by the way, I mean, is it a bad thing? I mean, I assume Kazuma it took a bunch of them to kick his ass. But what is interesting, though, is his talk with Eris. One thing I want to say is, they were so quiet for so long, I almost thought my fucking thing was paused for some reason. Maybe loading issues. Nope, it is literally quiet, awkwardly quiet for a bit. Before she starts they both talk. She's not happy with what he did to Chris. Which then he's like, I mean, it felt like I was attacking a man, which, I mean, obviously, looking at her, it is fucking implied that was her. That Chris and Eris are the same person. It is implied, considering how she is. Well, that, and also considering what Aqua had said prior, that she pads her chest, there's also that feeling of, yeah, it's the same thing as her. But, I mean, it's more implied that, yeah, it was fucking her who was sexually harassed. How else would she know? But then again, I guess you could chalk up to goddess. Who cares? So, Eris basically having the best chance to tell Kazuma, hey, I gotta tell you that we need to grab all those divine treasures, because on the wrong hands, this can be a problem. And funnily enough, we do see why that's important. In the wrong hands, it would all go to shit. Which immediately starts right after he was resurrected. Where Kazuma, while he's looking around, Aqua's just drinking, nothing new. Darkness being complimented, which honestly makes sense. Like, she's one of the stronger fighters and would probably realistically survive. And then we have Megumin, who is praised by her explosive magic and was able to do a lot more damage, which kind of shows that she's improved from her early days, where explosions now can take on a whole army. And a whole army of the devil armies. Army. Words. But no, in all seriousness, yeah, that's a very big level up for everyone, considering that Aqua was just getting screwed by one demon that Kazuma easily sniped off before she goes into battle. Kazuma dying is not the problem. I think the fact that the group is still together is what's interesting. But I like Megumin after, they're all praising her and she's kind of letting her ego get stroked a bit until they're like, you gotta teach us advanced magic. And it's like, oh, shit. I don't want to do that. What is interesting is her saying she prefers the four of them just go attacking each other, antagonizing each other, but still working together and doing adventuring and quests and such. Because that's the beauty of this show. It's more about the adventures between these four than the overarching battle against the devil army and the devil himself. It has a lot more of these four are growing strong together through adventuring, through their own shenanigans. Not necessarily through, battle. Although you could argue at some points, yeah. But yeah, she wants to go back. Obviously, the princess, Eris, comes in. Megumin does detect that necklace around her neck is a magical power. When Kazuma reads it, I think the moment he read it, you can immediately tell, or even in the subtitles, you can tell, yeah, this is one of those divine treasures. And it happens. He swapped bodies with the princess by complete fucking accident. Which brings into one thing. When it comes down to the princess, she has now the opportunity to go out and actually explore things without being restricted and also looked at a specific way. Because, she's the princess. Majority of the kingdom are going to treat her as such, rather than how they would treat someone like Kazuma. Now, having Megumin as the chaperone, per se, is the correct and incorrect choice. Correct in the sense that she's not going to be as bossy or as, like, restrictive. However, incorrect to put her as the chaperone because, well, we know how much shenanigans they get into, with Megumin and Aqua being the most that gets Kazuma into shenanigans. So, yeah, probably not the best idea, but considering that you would have, say, Darkness go, it would almost be the same damn thing as one of the princess's guards accompanying her. And then Aqua would be probably even worse. So Megumin's that middle spot, per se. But that's one thing. And then at the end of the episode, her getting into some trouble thanks to Megumin. And getting punched, which I feel bad for her. I really, really feel bad. Like, generally speaking, I think she has it worse. While Kazuma proves to us why adventurers or anyone from his world shouldn't have crap like that. Because what does he do? He's not going too crazy with power, aside from, like, the hero guy he hates, and just easily being able to say, yeah, let's execute him, and then backtracking. But the moment he wants to mess with Darkness and learns, oh, she's in the bath, this might be a good idea, and obviously convinces the bodyguard one, and she goes a bit suspicious, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that scene kind of tells us why Eris kind of wants to grab these fucking items and bring them back into the heavens. Because it seems like even Kazuma, who in the last episode spared what he could have gotten credit for to help Chris, immediately shows the dark side of his, allowing himself to just do the most degenerate shit. And I don't know. I like Kazuma, don't get me wrong. But he does stupid shit that I have to question his ass. But, I mean, yeah, fan service-y is... I don't know what to say. It is a lot of fan service in that one specific aspect, but it brings an interesting moral question of, yeah, these things are not good. They will corrupt people. Because what happens when you give a person power? Eventually, that power corrupts. An interesting commentary, just in a way that I don't think most of us expected. Or if anime onlys, I mean. But overall, it was a pretty interesting episode. I gotta give it that. It's basically setting up the big overall quest of, yeah, we need to get these divine treasures.